4.4. Explaining DevOps culture, mindset versus tools. When interviewers ask, "So, what does DevOps mean to you?" many candidates make the same mistake. They start listing tools: Kubernetes, Jenkins, Docker, Terraform, Grafana, and the interviewer politely nods, but internally thinks, okay, but that's not DevOps. That's just your toolbox. DevOps didn't start as a tool movement. It started as a frustration. Developers were building features. Operations teams were trying to keep systems stable, and both sides quietly felt like the other one was making life harder. DevOps was the idea that changed the conversation. It said, instead of throwing code over the wall, what if both sides work toward the same outcome? Software that moves quickly and runs reliably. So when you explain DevOps, start with that. You might say, DevOps for me is a way of working where development and operations share responsibility for the product in production. It's about shortening feedback loops, automating repetitive work, and making failures easier to recover from, not easier to hide. Notice something important here. You didn't mention a single tool, and yet the idea is completely clear. Tools come after the mindset. Once teams agree that speed and reliability are shared goals, automation suddenly makes sense. Monitoring becomes conversation instead of blame. CI/CD pipelines stop being nice to have and become a natural way to deliver safely. That's why the best interview answers connect tools back to purpose. Instead of saying, "We use Jenkins," you say, "We automated builds and tests so that every change is validated before reaching production. Jenkins just happens to be the tool we use for that." Tool names change, principles don't. And DevOps has a few simple ones. Work together, reduce friction, automate when it helps humans, learn from incidents instead of hiding them. Another powerful idea inside DevOps is ownership. Not in the sense of blame, but in the sense that teams stay with their code after it is deployed. That changes behavior. People write clearer logs. They care about observability. They think about failure modes earlier, because they know they will be the ones waking up if things break. So when an interviewer asks about DevOps, they're not really asking, "What tools do you know?" They're asking, "Do you understand how modern teams work together to build systems that are fast, resilient, and easy to change?" If you can show that you see DevOps as collaboration, feedback, learning, and shared responsibility, then the list of tools becomes supporting detail, not the story itself. And that's exactly what most companies are hoping to hear. When DevOps becomes culture, teams stop deploying manually. Next, we'll follow the journey of code through a CI/CD pipeline. End of 4.4.